All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Dock Talk West Virginia, episode 39. And we have some different guests tonight. We have Mr. Joey Grass as always, but we have our buddy Austin McCartney also here. And man, we've been gone a real long time, and I feel like we've kind of let everybody down because we haven't been posting, but. The plan is to start posting a little more. Don't know exactly how much we're going to get to do, but for now, I'm going to try to keep on a weekly schedule, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's nice to be back. It's nice to have Joey back. And we have a guest tonight. We have Mr. Austin McCartney, who's joining us to talk all my different topics that I have ready to spew about tonight. And probably just going to sit around and BS and talk. So, Joey, how have you been, man?
Oh, been all right. Been working a lot. Since the last time we had a show, when was the last time we had a show?
I'm thinking May. If I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking all the way back to May. So it's we're a little
Okay.
we're probably gonna be a little rough around the edges, I imagine.
May was pretty good. Then June came around and work. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, we did have a good little fishing. We did have a good little fishing weekend.
Yeah, we've done some good fishing. We've had yeah, we have done a lot of fishing since then. We've actually been probably busy fishing than we have anything. So yeah, we've kept busy.
Not me. Work.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I have, but you know. Austin, well, I guess we will introduce Austin. For those who don't know Austin, he is he's a local West Virginian, and he is a good buddy of mine, and has been running around on the with the Marshall Trail with us, taking pictures this year, and I'm very appreciative because the pictures look super sweet. No offense to you, Joey, you took some great pictures at Stonewall, but my man Austin is a bad dude with a camera, and he enjoys to reel in a few bass as well. So I'm excited to have him on the show tonight. And so yeah, so how you been, Austin?
Oh, I've been good.
Good.
You know, just working, fishing when I can on the weekends.
Yeah. That's the moral of the story. Everybody's here just working. Yeah, we're all just working, man. We're all just working men. So I guess we have some different topics to dive into tonight, but there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on. I felt like bass fishing died for, I don't know, maybe the month of June while we were all gone, and then here lately it's just kind of ramped up, and we have a lot to talk about, a lot to cover tonight, and hopefully catch up on some stuff, and just kind of keep moving forward. We have a whole show planned, and a lot to talk about, so... First and foremost, the plan moving forward with the show. Oh gosh, I think what we're gonna do. I think this is how I'm gonna do this. So I haven't told you, Joey, and I haven't told you guys yet what I think I'm gonna do. But I think I'm gonna start loading these up to YouTube, but also on the Apple Podcasts and Spotify as always. And we're just gonna try to keep knocking these out every week. And see where it goes. I kind of want to see the YouTube thing. I want to see if we can grow it. That is the goal. So, if you are watching this on YouTube right now, and this will be on my page, I don't know if I can transfer that stuff over to you, Joey, but actually you could probably post it on your YouTube as well. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button, and we are going to hopefully get the page moving a little bit and see where that goes, because I have not posted on my YouTube page in well over a year. So, it's been a while.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Lord, yeah.
So, but the website, we just kind of kicked it back off too. So I know there's been some of you out there watching it, and we can kind of keep it up on the Facebook. So definitely kind of cool. There's gonna be another piece. Probably if you're watching this on Tuesday, this will be tomorrow. There'll be another little piece out on Wednesday that I'm gonna post. So pretty cool. So. Joseph, what do you think? We need to get you. I need to figure out if somebody actually out there knows how to transfer videos other than Dropbox over. Do let me know, because we'll actually probably try to double post these over onto YouTube channels. Probably not a bad idea. Yes. So Kind of moving forward. That was just kind of what we got planned on moving forward. But we have something else I got to cover before we get started into the rest of the show. The Mountain Mission tournament that was held by all three kayak clubs, the Mountain State Kayak Anglers, West Virginia Kayak Anglers, and Southern West Virginia Kayak Anglers, was this weekend. And actually, I got to participate and got to be a part of that. So that was a pretty neat deal for me and Dylan as we decided we were going to take on the river. And I'm going to tell you all right now, I have a whole story about that, so we'll dig into that. But before I dig into my story, congratulations to Blaine Winters, who took the win, and my good buddy, Storm Carver, who took over second place, and previous host of the show, previous co-host of the show, Chris Schaefer, took on third place. And, yeah, man, so it was a great turnout. I think there was over 80-some anglers raised. I think it was a little over, I don't want to be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was a little over $3,000 for Mountain Mission. So that was super cool. And, man, they gave away a kayak to win. Blaine won a kayak, and there was all kinds of great prizes. So definitely a cool tournament, especially if you're around for the weekend, had a kayak, and could have jumped in it. Highly recommend. And Mr. Dylan, no surprise, he won a prize. So, and I got to witness it. So that was fun.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no surprise. He's you mix in some smallmouth and finesse and shallow water, Dylan's there. He's there. So, but I'll kind of dive into that tournament. So, gosh, so this is the second kayak tournament I've fished now. I fished one last weekend, which was the Bass Nation West Virginia kayak state qualifier. Made it to the state championship. All you had to do was basically catch a legal keeper, and you made it. But actually finished second in that. Only had 4 fish. Don't really want to talk about that one too deep. But this weekend we so we have a pretty good story. So before I get this is a whole tangent. So I text Dylan last week sometime, and I'm like, hey man, I said we should jump in this kayak tournaments for a good cause, and they got some really great prizes, like a $1,500 kayak to win. I was like, let's jump in it. He's like, all right, I'll let you know something later in the week. So later in the week goes by, he texts me back. He's like, all right, let's do it. So we're game planning everything on Friday before the night before the tournament, or basically the afternoon before the tournament. Started trying to game plan, and me and Dylan are rookie kayakers, so we have no idea how long it's going to take us to float. So we're trying to map out a float, and we're thinking. So we map out a float from the Sutton Dam back to Gasway and Dairy Queen, and I talked to a few people, and I won't mention any names, but we had talked to a few people, and they had told us that from Sutton Dam to the Dairy Queen would only take us about 3 hours, and I didn't map it, but I just kind of trusted them, and I was like, okay, yeah, 3 hours, okay, we probably need to go a little further. So, I texted another buddy, and I was like, hey, is there another place to take out past the Dairy Queen on the Elk River? And, of course, he texts me back, he's like, he tells me there's this one little spot, I think it was a church that we parked at, and there's a little takeout there. So, we decided, okay, that's what we're going to do. We mapped it out. It ended up being like 10 miles from the dam back to the... So we thought, okay, we got this. Easy. No problem. So the next morning rolls around. We dropped the truck off at the church, and we head up to the dam. We load both the kayaks back in his truck, and we drop to the dam. We fished the dam for a little bit. We both caught our limit really, really fast. Had a limit within, I don't know, probably 15, 20 minutes. So we were like, okay, then now the rest of the day we're just going to look for some big fish as we floated down the river. So fast forward, about 10:45, I look at Dylan and I say, Dylan? I said, how far are we? And Dylan looks at me, and now mind you, we had a 10-mile float, so we were trying to go 10 miles about 3 o'clock. So 10:45, I looked at Dylan and I asked Dylan, I said, Dylan, how far have we made it? And we had only made it just 3 miles. And we had 7 miles to go within 5 hours. And we realized right then and there we were not going to make it to the church where we had left the truck. So we made a few phone calls. Nobody was able to come rescue us, so we had decided that we were going to end up making the float back to the Dairy Queen we were originally planned to float to, which ended up taking us till about 1 o'clock. And I took a 3-mile run/jog on the side of the road in my Crocs on 55-mile-an-hour road with cars passing me. It was a little bit sketchy.
Yes.
And made it back to the truck. Made it back to the truck 45 minutes later to save us. So it was definitely an interesting experience. Our I guess rookie kayak moves, but yeah, man, we I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I don't advise trying to go 3.5 miles in a pair of Crocs and trying to jog. My feet are still tore up, so. Not fun.
Yeah,
but the good news was Dylan ended up scoring a pretty good finish out of it. Caught an absolute stud on the way down to down the river. Caught I think it was 19.5 inches long. So pretty sizable fish. Unfortunately, we had a couple mishaps where he lost one on the board that was 13. I think it was 13 3/4, which cost him. Probably a couple places, probably 4 or 5 places. So he could have top 5'd it. He had a great day. Meanwhile, I did not. I lost too many fish. I actually lost only two 12 inchers that I had. I lost them off the side of the board, so that was fun. So kayak fishing it's kicked my butt, but I'm learning. So, but yeah, good times. Learned a lot, run a lot, got my miles in. So. And I'm feeling it. So, yeah, definitely an interesting experience. So, shout out to you guys who done well in that. I'm going to eventually, depending on how many more tournaments I get to fish, I'm gonna figure out the old Elk River at some point, and be a little better. So, all right, enough of my tangent. I went on too long. So. All right, the Bassmaster Junior National Championship is this week, and we got some teams headed down to Carroll County Lakes this week.
Coming up.
Yes, dude, and I'm so excited to watch that. I saw a picture of Bo and Ari headed down. I assume the rest of the guys are headed down as well. Man, I'm ready to see them boys compete. I don't know if you guys have. I don't know how. Austin, do you know Bo and Ari?
Yeah, I've seen their posts. I saw the other day where Bo was just flat out catching them on his kayak that other day.
Yeah, dude, he's been.
Oh yeah,
dude, yeah, he's been smashing them.
He's gonna be a threat.
Yeah, he's gonna be a real threat one day.
Literally.
Yeah, he's
all that time on the water.
Absolutely. He's dude, every time I turn around, he's catching fish. So he has been getting ready, and I hope to see it pay off for them again, and maybe go back to back. Go back to back in the national championship. That would be super cool.
That would be. Yeah.
But we have a few other teams competing. I know the boys from Wayne County, Carson, and Kipton Dick are competing this week down there, and along with Luke Stewart and Austin Craze. And I would assume Mike will be with them. So good luck to all those down there. I'm going to be watching. I'll be keeping up with it. And hopefully, I'll be actually keeping up with it from a different location. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But yes, I cannot wait to see what happens. I hope they catch them. So I'm ready to see it. So moving forward, guys. We're just kind of buzzing through this stuff, and then we're really going to get into our topic tonight here in just a minute. So I know. Did y'all see anything on the? I assume you guys saw it too. The Bassmaster Opens EQ. Now I don't know how much you guys read into it, but I've been kind of big on it here the last couple weeks. It's been kind of a controversial topic, but it's been a pretty interesting topic. So I assume you've seen it, right, Joey?
Yes, I have, and I also read it.
Yeah.
Very informative.
Very informative. So, if you guys have not read it, it's over on the website. I basically give my whole spiel on the Opens and the new elite qualification coming in 2023, which is going to be pretty interesting. I kind of like the decision. I know there's been a lot of naysayers per se, but if you guys have not read it, there is. If you go to DockTalkWV.com, you can see that it's on the top of the page, and you can read it for yourself. So I will leave that there. So instead of diving into the show, because I'm trying to get to the good stuff that we've had this whole show planned around. So iCast. I know I've seen so many freaking posts in the last week. I'm so mad that I didn't go. But dude, unbelievable. There's so many game changers. I know you guys have been watching. Actually, I kind of want to get your guys' take and see what y'all had seen. But did you guys see the new Z-Man topwater bait?
No.
Yes.
Did you see it?
What is it? As a.
I think it was called.
Blade? Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Kinda
called
like
that. It was called the Hellraiser, I think. It's got it's got the chatterbait blade on it.
Yeah. We're at a bit of a delay right here. I'm trying.
Are we? I think we are. Maybe we are. I don't know. Anyway.
I think it might be the Wi-Fi. I'm running hotspot right now.
Oh.
And the crappy lighting. Working with them.
You look great, man. You look great. No, if you guys, I definitely saw that, but dude, that thing could be money. Cause I've never seen nothing like that. I've never seen any topwater with a chatterbait blade on it. So that might be a little money. I don't. Did you see if it? Could you tell if it sinks or like you have to like reel it to keep it on top, or does it like float?
I saw one video on it. I think it was on Z-Man's Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know. I've only watched one video on it, but it looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's definitely different. I'm trying to think what else I saw. Oh, there was I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was also a new net that come out that is that actually weighs your fish when you put it in the net. Like it has a way of measuring, a way of like weighing the fish inside the net. So I thought that was pretty cool. Did you guys see that one?
Really?
I haven't seen that
No, I
one
did
yet
not.
either.
That's very, very.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Thought that one was pretty cool. Honestly, I mean, there's all kinds of new baits that come out, but honestly, I think the accessories is probably my favorite part of iCast. I know we all saw the new Humminbird target lock or whatever, but I don't know. Is there any? Did you guys see anything from iCast that popped out that I might be forgetting?
I think we're coming to a point in the fishing industry where we see everything at this point. But the net, you've never seen.
Right.
The chatterbait topwater, you've never seen.
Right.
So, I guess we haven't seen.
Yeah, I guess we're to the point where we're almost to the point where we're almost like we've seen it all, but I guess it's just more or less just coming up with a different way of making it. I guess, or a different way of designing it, or a different, like a small design change. Obviously, we saw Berkeley come out with their chatterbait, which is, I mean, slobber knocker or whatever. I think it's what it's called. That's just the same thing. So, as a regular chatterbait, I would assume. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really look at it. Maybe it does something different. I don't know. I just saw it and I was like, oh yeah, another chatterbait. So that was kind of neat. Saw the one thing I did see that I think that might be pretty good. That's a little bit different. It's just another crawl, but Missile Bait come out with that Chunky D. Did you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Now that thing might be money. I don't know. It looked really, really good. Yeah. So I'm excited about that one. Very excited about that one. Definitely gonna get my hands on those whenever I can. I'm trying to think of some other ones I saw. Joey, what do you think about the micro TRD? You see it?
I don't. Well, I'm obviously definitely going to use it, but I don't know how I feel. I really don't know how I feel about it because I thought the 275s were small, but they're downsizing a whole inch. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
They're tiny. They're tiny. They're probably. I would. I almost think. Mm-hmm. Do I?
I do think it could be a more finesse aspect if they're not eating finesse TRD.
Yeah, for sure.
But other than that, also I think it'll catch a lot of small fish.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's my take.
Dude, it almost reminds me of like it's gonna be like the size. You know, have you ever thrown the TRD like the tubes they make already?
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna be like almost the size of it. Like that's gonna be a perfect representation of how small the new TRD is gonna be.
Yeah.
Which it'll be an interesting little feller to throw maybe at some point. I feel like it's probably pretty good to maybe like throw in a creek or something.
Right.
So, what else? Did you see anything else that popped out to you last week? I'm trying to think of some other things. Oh gosh, I have something in mind.
Not really. Did St. Croix? Oh yes, the new St. Croix rods.
Yes.
With the pistol grips on the.
Yeah, the new. I think it's just a swim bait rod, right?
Right, or just for bigger baits in general, I guess it has a pistol grip. So, rod sits like this, obviously, and it's not like an actual pistol grip rod. The grip is like that. So
yeah,
I guess it's just for with bigger reels, I suppose.
Yeah. So yeah, that one's kind of neat. I kind of thought maybe that one would be pretty cool. That's a different design. It kind of looks like it'd be weird to hold, but I watched a couple videos on it, and it looked like those guys were pretty well. I mean, they were. I don't know. They all talked it up like it was easy to hold. So I don't know. We'll see. I definitely like to throw one at some point. So. Speaking of rods and reels, kind of not really rods, but onto reels. I don't know if y'all saw it, but now they are making I don't know how much y'all are into the Shimano Corrado DCs, but I know a lot of people that probably watch the show have had one or throw them. They came out with the new Corrado 200 DC, so it is the same body frame, so it's the exact same size as the 150. Except the only difference is now it's going to be with the bigger spool, so you're going to get more line. I think only the price difference is only $10, $15, maybe $20. I don't know. I'm not 100% certain on that, but kind of a no-brainer really. 200 you might if you're going to pay $10, $15, $20 more for the extra line, you might as well do it because the body size is still the same and there's no extra weight. So definitely kind of cool. I thought that was
with big hands.
Yes, I thought that was a pretty cool design from Shimano. So I don't know what gear ratio it is, but I do want to see a 5-speed gear ratio at some point for some crankbaits. So we'll see if they'll come up with that. But oh gosh, anything else from iCast? Gosh, Lee, I keep rambling. I think.
The only thing I saw
not that I know of.
Oh, what did you?
But the only thing I saw that really stood out to me was I think it's Chris Zaldane's twist on the mag draft from Bass Mafia.
Yes, the dangerous swim bait. Yes, I saw that.
Dangerous. Yeah.
That might be pretty good. Obviously, we don't know. Just looking at it, it looks good. But I mean, obviously, we don't know until you get it, right? It's kind of like one of those things you gotta kind of wait until you get one. But I would definitely probably purchase one at some time just to see how it is. But I think they're not lying. They're not they don't have the magnetic harness, do they?
From the picture I saw, I didn't see anything on it.
Yeah, so they might just
look
be
more into it.
Yeah, I would assume maybe they're all just freestyles. I'm not real sure actually. So, gosh, if they could, I don't know. I've thrown the freestyle enough that I don't like it. if that puts it, especially around here, because I just don't feel like you get them real good, and they're not like you're not fishing for giants around here either. I mean, most of the time if you're throwing it, you're trying to catch 2 and 3 pounders, and that doesn't really mix very well with a real giant hook. So,
if you throw a Senko, you catch a bag.
Yeah, or you could just throw a Senko and catch a bag. That's what I do most of the time. So, anything else from iCast, Austin? You got any more? anymore. Feed me one. Feed me
Nothing
another
that I
one.
can think of.
Nothing I can think of either. I think I've wasted all my energy on it. So, yeah, I think that's all from iCast that I saw that stood out to me. Actually, one more thing. I did see it wasn't really talked about, but I saw it. Strike King made a new hand-poured worm with if you guys know anything about hand-poured worms come in some like exotic wild colors, and I saw some colors that really interested me, so I might get a few packs of those. We'll see. I hope they're making those. I hope those come out soon because I'm gonna probably snag a couple bags.
I did see like a Robo
Yeah.
imitation almost. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Robo Worm. It's just a little different. I assume they probably designed it a little different, small differences or whatever. But they did have some different colors that I haven't seen in a Robo Worm. So, what's that?
This delay is killing me, but they might have the coffee scent.
Yeah, dude, that would be dope if they had the coffee scent in it. So, all right. So I guess that is all for that. Moving forward, I did see one more thing from iCast that was kind of flew under the radar. I didn't know this until actually I think it was yesterday. I saw it. I don't know if did you guys see the new Major League Fishing team series? Maybe not.
A little bit on it, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess at iCast they had like a draft or something. And they had captains, so I guess it looked like to me the captains were the way they stood in AOI points. I think it was from first down to however many teams there were, and then the captains got the pick. So in this case, Jacob Wheeler was. He's first in AOI, so he was going to be the last pick. He was going to be able to take the last pick, and then it worked down from, however that worked. I think Mark Rose was the last guy in to be a captain, so he got the first pick of the supposed draft, and they got to pick two people. And I guess instead of the aired shows like they used to do, like the Cups or whatever, now they're going to do it in a team format, which I think is kind of cool. Like I don't have nothing against it, but I think it's going to be interesting to maybe see. I don't really watch too much MLF, but if I do, that might be interesting to watch. See those guys kind of communicate and see how they work things out. So never been done before. I guess that'll be kind of neat to see. But there were some interesting teams, and if you guys didn't see that, go check that out because that was kind of neat. So, but to really get into our topic tonight, after we've rambled on for 30 minutes, we have a pretty good topic, and I know you guys. So Austin sent this to me last night, and I'm not gonna dig into any names because that's not what we do here. But I did see something pretty controversial last night, and we'll kind of dig in on it. But I guess I'll let somebody else set the stage for us, and tell us what happened. Joey or Austin, will y'all be willing to tell the story, and I'll pick up?
Yeah. I sure. Well, screw it. Anyway, all right. So, Facebook, when was this posted? Yesterday, I believe.
I believe yesterday or Saturday, one of the two.
So one of the two. But anyways, there was a tournament hosted at a local lake back in West Virginia for all the West Virginia viewers. And this tournament was held on. Obviously, it's summer. It's a summer tournament. It's a summer tournament, so typically you have more fish die than usual because of just crappy conditions. Well, someone posted a Facebook article on this with pictures of dead fish and pictures of the weigh-in and whatnot. This tournament seemed to have a pretty good turnout especially for a tournament in the summer. But this tournament didn't have any weigh stations. It just showed a line of guys holding their bags of fish in line, in a big line waiting to weigh in. And this said person posted rambling about how there shouldn't be tournaments held in the summer because uh, of all the fish that die or can possibly die. And yeah, that's about how it goes. Then a lot of people chimed in the comment section. It blew up pretty well. We actually know some people that got into it. We of course. But yeah, that was a big deal here recently.
Yeah, so I guess to kind of go off that. So yeah, there was that post that was made, and I think it goes without saying of obviously that there's going to be summertime tournaments, and obviously there's going to be people who either don't care about taking good care of the fish. Number one. Number two, there's going to be guys that don't know how to, right? You got those two type of people, right? There's always those two type of people, and we all can sit around and say, hey, we all can whine and moan about the dead fish all we want, but the fact of the matter is, the DNR is still putting out tournaments. They're still giving out permits. They're still allowing people to have tournaments, and you're still showing up to fish. So we're all guilty, right? Nobody in this whole thing is innocent, right? Unless you're just standing on the sidelines and you're just all, anyways, before I don't want to get on that table.
Was person in the tournament?
Yes, he was. Yeah, so said person who made the post was actually he was actually in the tournament as well. So instead of stepping up and being, instead of stepping up in the moment and saying, hey guys, this is probably what we should do to try to take better care of these fish, he instead waited until it was all said and done and then made the post on Facebook to try to get attention to himself. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me why you wait to do that other than you're trying to draw attention to yourself. Notoriously, if you guys know who we're talking about, if you've seen it, you know who I'm talking about, and you can feel free to send it to him, send this whole clip to him. I really don't care. Notoriously, he's very well known for trying to, he's very well known to trying to draw attention to himself instead of trying to step up and be the bigger man and make a good situation out of this, and then proceeded to run his mouth about in the comment section, of course, to our previous owner of the show, Mr. Shane Raines, and kind of just really just set me off, just kind of take me off, really, honestly, because it was just pure disrespect, and then obviously not knowing what he was talking about. So I don't know. I don't understand. I still don't understand why why he decided to say what he said, but that's beyond me. But my problem is that's beyond that. My problem is don't sit around and try to do this for attention whenever you could actually make light of the situation when you were standing there and taking pictures of people putting the fish back. Yeah. Why don't you say, hey, why don't we just take the fish a couple at a time and then weigh them instead of, but no, he decided he was going to stand back, take pictures, and then complain about it hours later after the tournament. So if you guys fish around this guy, just know that this is what you're getting into. So I'll just put that out there. I'll just put that out there for everyone to see. So I don't really care. It doesn't really. Either way, I don't want to fish around. If I end up showing up to a tournament someday and he's there, I might just leave myself. I don't know, but it's just like it's unbelievable. So
yes.
But thank you, Austin, for sending that to me last time. Mm-hmm.
Especially the problems you've had with this.
Yeah, it's just
then I've also had my.
Yeah, I think we all have at some point. We've all had some experience with said individual. So Honestly, Austin hasn't. Yeah, he's just been kind of sidelining it and armchair quarterback. He sent me the because obviously I'm vlogged, so I can't. Yeah, I can't see any of it. So Austin sent me everything last night. So, oh gosh, you were the armchair for us.
I guess so.
So, but yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the whole situation other than it's just petty. It's just honestly it's just petty.
Okay, looking onto the actual situation,
Mm-hmm.
looking onto the actual situation, looking at the drama side. Yeah, I hate that they would still continue to host tournaments this late in the summer, but like you said, the DNR still gives permits.
Yes.
People should know how. If you are fishing a tournament in the summer, if you are fishing at all, you should know how to take care of your fish and keep them alive to reach the scales with them alive. Sometimes you don't have that opportunity and they die. Just you could take the best care of them and they die.
Yeah.
But that being said, it happens. Yeah, it happens.
And listen,
That's
man,
about all I
like,
got.
and that's another thing. Like, I can go and I would be willing to do this too. Like, I would be willing to put a video out there to show people how to take care of the fish in the summer. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the expert at it, but I know how to do it, and I very rarely have dead fish when it comes to summertime. I don't unless it, I just hook one deep or if something crazy happens. I just very rarely have dead ones. Just because I've done this for so long, I just know how to take care of them. And I can't stress enough to everyone who decides to fish a tournament in the summertime, anytime that water temperature is over, I argue to say 75 degrees. Anytime it's over 75 degrees,
I was about to mention it.
yeah, you had better load up ice in your boat. You honestly just need a big bag of ice. You can go anywhere and get a big bag of ice. What are they? 20 pounds, I think. I think that's what they come in as. 20 pounds. That's plenty enough ice. If you split it up, if you take an extra cooler, you don't have to dump all 20 pounds in there at one time. You literally can take half the bag, put half the bag in the live well, other half in a cooler outside of the live well, whatever you want to do with it. Hold it there for the second half of the day. Dude, you can keep those fish alive and healthy. And honestly, they'll be ready to fight you whenever you're ready to come out. When they're ready to come out, it's not really that. It's not that much rocket science. Like it's pretty easy concept, and I don't understand. I don't understand why we can't do that. Like it blows my mind. So, I don't know.
Yes.
So I think this week, while I'm on my trip, on my trip this week, I might make a video and I'll try to post it over to the YouTube and probably share it over on the Dock Talk page. So you guys keep on the lookout for that. So if you guys aren't well with knowing how to take care of your fish in the summer and want a few extra tips to keep your fish alive, which we all would love to keep our fish alive, and I would like to see you keep your fish alive. I'll try to post a video this week. So. Explaining just how my system, how I do it. There's obviously tons of other ways to do it other than the way I do it, but my way has worked for me for years, and I keep them pretty well alive. And normally, most of the time, whenever I get back to the weigh-in, they are ready to fight. And so that's always fun. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's just it was just kind of one of those things that was on my mind. It just kind of aggravated me, really. It just like what was the point other than the only point was, and the whole thing was to draw attention. So you got it. So congratulations, you got what you wanted, buddy. So that's it. That's it. Yeah. Anyway, other than that, guys, I'm just we're just gonna sit around and kind of BS, but for the next little bit, I don't have anything other planned other than we'll just sit here and talk some fishing. But other than I have a trip I'm going on tomorrow. I'm leaving for tomorrow. I'm headed to St. Clair for the week. try to sneak up on some smallmouth. So that, yes, dude, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I told we're headed up, and dude, I think I want to crack 20 pounds. I haven't done it yet up there, but very possible in 4 days. So we'll see.
Very possible.
Very possible. Very possible. So
I will go for 30.
I don't think I can get 30. That's oh god, I'd really have to be stroking them. So I don't know about 30, but I'm definitely going to try. So
how about the biggest bag of smallmouth ever weighed in Bassmaster history?
Yes. That was insane. Did y'all watch that tournament?
Some bits and pieces.
I kept up as much as I could. Needless to say, that was unreal.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. I don't think we'll ever see another. I mean, we might at some point, but I mean, just the conditions like everyone says, the condition had just lined up perfect for 4 days. That those guys got to go on the lake and take the most advantage of it, and cracked 100 pounds. So, and I think the coolest story of the tournament that has kind of been slept on. Corey Johnston caught 28 pounds, the second biggest smallmouth stringer in Bassmaster history, on the final day, which is it's unbelievable. So,
yeah.
And it was said that I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was said that he actually said on the final day that he told somebody he was going to catch 28 pounds, and sure enough, he sure as heck did.
And as everybody knows that watches Bassmaster, Corey Johnston is an absolute stick up north.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, him and his brother have been taking quite a bit of money up there for a long time. So,
yes, but also I don't know how to pronounce his name. Jacob
Jay Shakira. Shakira.
The winner.
Yeah, Jay Shakira. Yes.
Yeah. Being a rookie coming into this, I think he's 23.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it today. I was watching it last night. He's one of the youngest, or is the youngest.
He is now the youngest Elite Series winner in Bassmaster history. So I think it was just by a few months. I think he who was it? Oh gosh, I can't remember who it was now. Who held the title before? But anyway, he beat him out by just a few months. But yes, the youngest Elite Series Series winner.
Which is unreal.
Yeah, records get broke all over the place. Second highest smallmouth bag ever weighed in. Two Century Clubs out of that, and the youngest Elite Series winner. So what a tournament, man! And did you guys see any of the video of Polnick on the first day catching those smallmouth out of like a couple foot of water?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Dude, that was sweet.
Insane.
Yes.
And also, AOI points right now. Polnick in the lead, and
yeah.
Behind him and Drew Cookin.
Yeah, that was.
I'd like to see Polnick run away with this, especially the year he's had, and yeah, that would be pretty cool to watch. But as we all know, those championship rounds, they go the way on them.
Yeah, Polnick is on such a run right now. It's crazy. Just to see, and what's crazy is everybody watched over the week, or, whenever the tournament happened. But, even he was catching really great sized fish and still only finished, I think it was 22nd or something like that. Yes. Dude, that's insane. Insane. And then,
I was watching one of the videos. What is it? Day 3 cut is 40th place, or day 2 cut is 40th place?
Day 2, after the second day, I think they take the top 47, I think.
You had to average 20 pounds a day to get in top 40.
Yeah, it was a little over 20 pounds. Which is insane, dude.
the conditions laid out perfectly.
Imagine you drop just 20 pounds even on the scale and you ended up in like 50th or 60th. Imagine that feeling.
Something. Oh. We've seen something similar to that, Chase. But we're not going to get into that.
No. No,
yes, it's very fun.
Yeah, the St. Lawrence last year there, I didn't make it back in after the first day, but with the weight I would have had, which was about the first day, which was I think around 14 pounds, I still would have been like buried up in the pack. So the St. Lawrence River is a different animal. It is an amazing fishery, and I just hope us bass fishermen just take great care of that place, because that place is phenomenal. It is nothing like I've ever seen in my life. And I can't wait to eventually go back there at some point. I'm going to go back there and fish somewhere down the road. I don't know when, but yes, I cannot wait for that. Cannot wait.
Yes.
But yeah, dude, back to the whole Pawnee thing. I was watching those fish on those shallow fish, dude. Like, did you see the drone footage from it?
I missed that one.
I did not see the drone.
Dude, the drone footage was so cool. Like, he had one hooked up, and there was like, obviously they were like following each other, right? You could actually see the other fish like swimming around the one he had hooked, and oh my gosh, it was insane. I wish there were some pictures or like some snapshots of those, because those are pretty cool to see. I've never seen nothing like it. It was unbelievable. So, unbelievable.
Yeah, especially this late in the year, of course. I don't know what the water temperature was. I can't remember. But you still see those fish up shallow, the smallmouth up shallow, or moving out deep, mostly up deep.
Yeah, I think a lot.
But it was super cool.
Yeah, I think a lot of those fish were. I think they had just finished up spawning. So, yeah. So I think that's why a lot of them are still shallow. There might have been some still spawn. I think there was still some spawning mixed in there. So, pretty neat. Pretty neat. So, oh gosh. Anyways, kind of moving forward, I guess. You guys are probably going to be stuck here working. Unfortunately for y'all, I'm going fishing this week. But what do you guys have planned for the week, and what you guys got going forward?
Austin, you could start.
All right, I got it. But I don't know. Finish up the work week. I don't know. May hit Tiger or Sutton with a buddy this weekend. Get in some smallmouth or spots or something like that. Get off the stone wall, anyways.
Yeah, I saw. We did see. I don't know if anybody saw it, but Austin's been catching a couple out at the wall. So been catching it, leaning on a few. Just a few. Joseph?
Yes. So, as of today, the plan was coming forward to go to Lake Michigan this weekend. But about 40 minutes to an hour later, I was informed that I have to stay up here in Ohio and work longer than I thought I was going to. So, I'm just cooped up here in small town Ohio. Fortunately, I do have my boat with me, so I guess try to get out. Try to get out after work. If I'm capable of doing that after working 12s every day of my life. That's about all I got right now. I actually did go fishing yesterday. I went to Portage Lakes in Ohio. If anybody knows about them, they have a very, very, very good reputation, and they are actually fishing pretty well right now. But we only got 2 fish, so learning a new lake.
Wow!
Yes. Those are very, very fun.
So, well, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything other than St. Clair this week. I know what we do have, and I want to see both of you all there. We have the Marshall Big Bass
Oh,
tournament.
yeah.
Yes, we're gonna run a new. Actually, I'm gonna call it the Big Bass Clash. That's what it's called, and got that coming up. So, dude, I'm super excited to see that happen. Got a little different rules for this one than we've seen. Just I made some tweaks to it, but I'm excited to see that one play out. And dude, that one's gonna be pretty fun. I think we're gonna see some.
Yes.
I don't know. With the way Austin's sending me pictures right now, we're gonna see some weights. So I'm excited to see that one, and I hope to see both you guys there. So don't let me down.
Well,
I'll be there,
buddy. If I'm off of work, you know I'm gonna be there.
So
No doubt.
I had to so we had it originally planned for the 6th of August, but we changed it to the August 13th because I couldn't get Brian and Dylan there.
Correct.
I actually changed the tournament for them too, so that's on them. So if y'all can't make it the 13th, you blame Brian and Dylan. So that's on them. So. But, guys, that's pretty much it. Unless y'all have some, we're getting close to the hour mark, but unless you guys have something else, that was kind of all. We just kind of rambled for a good hour and put in another good show. I think we're gonna try to do this again next week. Don't know who we'll have next week or what we got going on, but hopefully Bo and Ari win, and maybe we'll do one with them. I told Austin earlier, I said, I don't really like doing the champ chasing stuff, so I think we're going to just bring on whoever, so we'll see. But good luck to those down in, good luck to the juniors, to our juniors down in Carroll County. I hope the best for them. I want to see them 1, 2, and 3, and maybe hopefully bring the title back to West Virginia, because that is pretty freaking cool. So, guys, anything else before we wrap it up?
That's all I got. Hope to see y'all at that Big Bass tournament. If I'm not there, I'm not going to say that. Hopefully I'll be there. But, yeah.
And Austin, you're going to take everybody's money, right?
I'll try.
All right, that's good
No
enough.
promises. I'll pull out all the.
That wasn't the answer I was looking for. The answer I was looking for was, yes, I'm going to take everybody's money, so just be ready.
All right, let me rephrase that. Yes, I'll take everybody's money. So
yes, that's what I like. That's what we like to see.
Now, what we see is a Big Bass Clash, as you say, on the Kanawha River.
Oh gosh. Well, considering that would probably screw you over because we'd have to go out of the nitro ramp, and that would mean you'd have to walk back through. So I don't know if that'd work out too good for you or not.
Yes.
Maybe next time, Joe. Maybe next time. So, all right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. It was a good show. We knocked out another one, and hopefully we'll be back next week. Don't know what we're gonna do next week, but as always, if you guys have not kept up, actually, I'm gonna tell you this: if you guys haven't seen the website or checked up on the website, go check it out. Got new stuff coming every week. As of now, keeping on there posting. So check over on the website. Got new stuff coming this week. I think I'm gonna do my top 5 picks from iCast for West Virginia. So keep your eye out for that, and that'll be up on the website this week. But other than that, guys, as always, we will see you guys on the water, and we're out of here. Later.